Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing this eye look. I already did the rest of my face, and if you're wanting to see how I got my face makeup, I did just film a full coverage foundation routine, which will be up on my channel already. Today I'm going to be doing a really simple beginner's cut crease. I have struggled very much with cut creases. I've wanted to learn them. I feel like I'm a pretty good artist when it comes to working on myself as well as other people at work, my freelance jobs and things like that. So the fact that I was so stumped by cut creases sometimes was just very frustrating for me. So I decided to really sit down, learn it, get it down, and I found a really easy way for me to achieve it without having to look very bad, I guess. I can't explain it, but I used to do other cut creases. I've had other ones that I've done recently even in the near past, and it just was not what I was wanting it to look. It didn't look clean, it didn't look professional, it didn't look like everyone else's cut creases on Instagram, and I couldn't figure out why they just weren't coming out the same way as everyone else's. So I just kind of really worked slowly and just kind of saw different ways for me to achieve it, and I finally found the perfect way for me to achieve it. I feel like it's really good for beginners, people who don't have a ton of precision or who maybe don't have like the right brushes, super precise brushes. I'm more of a fluffy brush kind of person. Like if you look at my collection, literally like most of my brushes are brushes that look like this. They are big fluffy brushes. I don't really like a whole ton of precise brushes. I have a couple of them, but they kind of just give me, I don't know, I just don't really like working in very small little strokes. So I like to use fluffy brushes, and I find that this method that I use for my cut crease allows me to use my fluffy brushes that I love to get that really blown out, very soft and blended look. But then the way I kind of clean up my crease and make it look really polished kind of lets me get around the need for super precise brushes because like I said, that's just not what I like to use. So if you would like to see how I get to the super easy beginner's cut crease, then make sure to keep on watching. So to start off, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eye Primer. I'm going to just apply a little bit of this all over both lids and then set it with a nice creamy color from the palette. Also, if you are wondering, I do have the shade Train Blue on my lips from the NARS Velvet Matte Lipsticks, and I did fill in my eyebrows with two Anastasia pomades. I used medium brown in the front part, and then from about the tail out and blended inwards a little bit is Granite, the black shade. That is terrifying to me, but it looks really good in the outer part of my brow. At least I would like to think it does. So I'm going to take the Sephora Collection Pro Crease number 10. I'm going to start by taking this little guy right here. It's one of the softest brown shades in the palette, and I'm going to just fluff this into my crease and blow it upward. It's kind of my transition shade. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this brownish kind of color and just fluff it in the exact same place, only not go up as high as that first shade. I'm going to take this guy right here. It's like the one right smack dab in the middle of the palette. It's kind of like a chestnutty red color, and I'm going to take it on a smaller brush now, something like a MAC 217. So again, something like a MAC 217 or even the Morphe M433 is pretty dang close. And I'm going to take it with that, again, red-brown color. And I don't really want to get a whole ton of product. There's barely any. And I'm just going to put this more precisely into my crease, working up in really small motions. That was kind of my other big mistake, is I would take too much color in way too fast and it would kind of just explode everywhere and not be nice and crisp. And don't worry about getting it on your lid. That's totally fine. And you can just work to blend it down. That way you're not putting too much of the red-brown up into the lid space. There we go. So now that it's done, I'm just gonna take this kind of orangey-ish color, just making sure it's a little bit lighter than the red, and I'm just gonna fluff this into that crease to kind of blend it out a little bit. Darker reddish brown right here. It's on the bottom row of the palette, And this is gonna go even more precisely into the crease. I'm just getting closer and closer, right smack dab into the crease. Perf. Now is for the tricky / magic part. So for this next part, you can use a really creamy concealer. You can use a tinted eyeshadow base primer like the Enigma primer from Urban Decay or the I Heart Stage from Essence, something that's kind of a little bit, I like to leave it a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Eden. And I'm going to use it on a little brush. I'm going to take this little like no-name brand flat concealer brush. This one I got at Forever 21. I did have the exact same brush, just like a little bit shorter, and I felt like that one gave me a little bit more control to kind of really cut the lid space out. But nonetheless, I'm gonna just go in. I'm gonna dip into a little bit of the Eden eyeshadow primer potion, which is right here on the back of my hand. It's kind of like a light yellow color. Load that up and start to kind of just carve out my lid and then kind of shape it like a cut crease. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you're using like something like a black in the crease, I would suggest maybe using a Q-tip and to make it mover first. That way you're not mixing this primer with a bunch of black eyeshadow. Now to get the line a little bit more crisp, I'm going to take a little defining brush from e.l.f. and a little bit more of that primer. So I'm gonna take almost this kind of like pinky color right here. It's like one of the lighter colors in the palette. Hold that up with my brush. Spray it. I'm gonna take the Sephora Collection Beauty Amplifier and just spray this guy. And then what you can do too, which I think I'm gonna do today, is add a wing. I feel like it kind of completes the look. And for that wing, I'm gonna take my NYC liquid liner. So now that the wing is done, I'm going to take a black eyeliner. This one is from Marc Jacobs. Just any long-lasting waterproof liner, and I'm going to put it up on the tight line. And then I am also going to line my waterline. And then while that's still kind of drying down, I'm going to take my reddish brown again. And kind of like a black in the palette, or at least as dark as it goes, because there is no black in the palette. Now I'm going to just do the other eye, pop on some mascara and lashes, and we will be right back. Alright guys, so that concludes this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching my beginner's how to cut crease kind of video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will be posting more kind of beginner videos, I guess, or more just like how-tos, like the easy stuff, the simple stuff, the just very basic but things that we all need to know kind of things. I just feel like that would be kind of cool to do like a little series on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see how I got my flawless foundation, then please make sure to watch my last video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my later videos.